Welcome back, SuicideFantasyFootball.com, bringing you the wide receivers that you should pick up if you're desperate, you need someone to get you that last push in the playoffs. This is who you should be looking at. So my first wide receiver, Jim, Nate Washington. Now this is going to depend on...
There's a contingency on that pick.
But still, my contingency, I think, still is if... Locker is the quarterback.
Either way, you're picking up a wide receiver from Tennessee.
It's just whether it's Nate Washington, if Locker's the quarterback, or Damian Williams, if Hasselbeck's the quarterback. Now, I know you're going to hate this, Jim, but a very close tie for that number one pickup is Demaryius Thomas.
I don't hate it because you can't argue with success. That's the one thing in fantasy sports. You can say before it happens that it's not going to happen, and you can say once it happens once that it's a fluke. If it happens over and over again, even though it defies logic and it might be someone in a dress throwing a football, and if it happens, it happens. You can't keep saying it's not going to happen because it is. Tim Tebow's throwing the ball to Demaryius Thomas. Demaryius Thomas is making plays. He's a high drafted pick. He was right there with Dez Bryant. They were going back and forth who was going to be the best wide receiver. Sure. So it's not like he's some scrub that they found.
Was it Dez Bryant or was it no? It was Michael Crabtree.
No, it was Dez Bryant because Dez Bryant was.
Oh yeah, it was Hayward. My bad.
But that they were going back and forth who was going to be the best guy. He's a stud. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't like who was thrown to him.
So can we finally say it, Jim? Tim Tebow for president.
I think that more people will start going to church because of Tim Tebow than probably half of the apostles that came around.
Call, Jim.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I watched this life story. I like him so much more now that I watch his life story. You got to watch it, dude. Will you at least watch it and then give your honest opinion on his life story?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, so that's my second wide receiver. Now the third one is a guy from the past who would have been a starter in most past fantasy football playoffs.
That's right.
Donald Driver.
Channel in 2004.
Dead.
Yep.
Looking great, Jim.
Greg Jennings going out. Donald Driver looking like he's 32, not 42.
You with me? Donald Driver moves over James Jones as the now second wide receiver.
I think so. I mean, listen, it's kind of junk time in fantasy football right now because the Packers are going to go to be undefeated, but with Greg Jennings being hurt, they probably might rest Jordy Nelson a little bit. They might do some things so they don't lose their top two guys for the year. Donald Driver's definitely somebody who I'd be looking at.
All right, and my fourth guy, it's a little bit of a reach. It's a little bit matchups. Although the Browns have a decent pass defense, I still think if Skelton is the quarterback...
This is your Mercedes Lewis of wide receivers. You say this guy every week.
That's not true, dude. I don't think I've ever...
You always talk about Early Doucette. Whenever you talk about Arizona, you're like, hey, don't forget about Early Doucette.
Early Doucette. That's because you're trying to talk about Jeff King. I got to do something. So Early Doucette on a flyer. If you can't get Greg Little, look, dude, we're talking about the Browns against the Cardinals.
Right.
At least I'm not talking about Evan Moore and Greg Little. Right. So if you need a flex player, if you're in a deep league, don't overlook Early Doucette.
Yeah.
And now my sits. First sits, both Eagles wide, really all Eagles wide receivers. Jackson sitting, Macklin sitting, Riley Cooper's back on the bench until Vince Young comes back out, and Jason Avant isn't starting.
He's handing out water.
All right, so now on the other side, I'm sitting Plax and Santonio as well. You agreeing with me?
I might be sitting Santonio Holmes. I don't know. I probably play Santonio Holmes. He's the only one of the wide receivers. Because somebody's got to catch the ball. They're going to throw it a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so, but I don't trust who that's going to be. So in my mind, I'm sitting every receiver in that matchup.
Okay.
And then I'm also sitting Johnny Knox. Don't believe the hype. I know Caleb Haney loves him. Johnny Knox sucks.
Johnny Knox doesn't suck. Caleb Haney sucks.
Johnny Knox sucks too.
He doesn't suck.
Johnny Knox sucks.
He's a solid number three.
Okay, yeah. All right. He's a solid number three.
He's better than Jason Avant ever will be ever in his life.
I think I could find more positions to play Jason Avant than I could Johnny Knox.
Dude, I'm already sick as it is. Don't make me sicker.
That's it. That's my sits for the wide receiver. Oh, Malcolm Floyd. I kind of put him on there. I don't even know if he's a sit.
Yeah.
He's
It's against the Ravens D. It's kind of tough.
Yeah. All right, that's it. That's the sits and the pickups for the wide receiver position. We're Suicide Fantasy Football. Check out Blog Talk Radio Monday nights, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And if you like our videos, subscribe to them. We're going to keep them going even through the off season, talking about football as it ends, getting ready for the draft, and then talking about other sports too.